The rain wouldn't stop. It soaked through my hoodie, chilling my bones, but I didn't care, not until I saw her, curled up under the rusted bus stop shelter, like a ghost, barely breathing. "Hey," I said, voice rough. "Are you okay?" She flinched, her arms wrapped tighter around her knees, her ripped dress clinging to her like wet paper. "I'm not going to hurt you," I added quickly. "I swear." Silence. Just the rain and the distant hum of streetlights buzzing overhead. "You're bleeding," I said, stepping closer. "Here, take my jacket." "No," she whispered. "It's freezing out here. I don't want anything." I paused. "What's your name?" She hesitated. Then, barely audible, "Aria." "I'm, Eli." Her eyes flicked up to meet mine. Big. Haunted. "Did someone do this to you?" I asked. Her lip trembled. She didn't answer. I took off my jacket anyway, holding it out. "Please, just take it." After a long moment, she reached out, fingers brushing mine. She put it on, eyes still cast down. "Where do you live?" I asked. She shook her head. "Nowhere. You can't stay out here. I've got nowhere else to go." I sat beside her. The concrete soaked my jeans instantly. "You don't even know me," she said. "True," I admitted, "but you look like you could use someone." She looked away. "I'm not your problem. Maybe I want you to be." Silence again. Rain pounded the shelter roof like drums. "Do you have anyone?" I asked. She shook her head. "Not anymore." I swallowed. "Same." She glanced at me. "Parents?" "My dad's a drunk. My mom left when I was 10. Her face softened. "I'm sorry." "It's okay. I'm used to it." I shifted. "I've got a couch. Food. You can crash there just for tonight." She hesitated. "You live alone?" "No. My best friend, Liam, stays with me, but he keeps to himself." Arya hugged my jacket tighter. "Why are you being nice to me?" I looked at her. Because someone should have been nice to me when I needed it. She didn't say anything for a long time. Then, softly, "Okay." I stood and offered my hand. She looked at it like it might bite her. "I promise," I said. "No strings. No weird stuff." She took it. Her hand was ice. We walked in silence. The city around us blurred in rain. When we reached the apartment, I hesitated at the door. Just ignore the mess. Liam's not exactly tidy." She gave a tiny nod. The inside smelled like pizza and old socks. Liam was slouched on the couch, headphones in. He looked up as we walked in, raised a brow. "Dude, she's staying tonight," I said. Long story. He stared at her, then me. "You serious?" "She's in trouble." Liam shrugged. "Whatever. Just don't drag us into it." "I won't," I said. Arya didn't look at him. She stood by the door like she might bolt. "Here," I said, pulling out a blanket. "You can take my bed. I'll crash on the floor." "I can sleep on the floor," she said quickly. "No, you need rest." Her eyes met mine. "Why are you doing this?" I hesitated. "Because I know what it's like to feel invisible." She blinked fast, like she might cry, but didn't. "Thank you," she whispered. I nodded. "If you want to talk, I'm here." She turned away, heading toward my room. Liam watched her go. "You sure about this?" I sat down heavily. "Not even a little." He shook his head. "You always had a thing for broken things." "She's not a thing." He didn't argue, just went back to his game. I lay on the floor, staring at the ceiling, listening to the rain, and wondering what the hell I'd just done. A soft voice broke the silence. "Eli." I sat up. Arya stood at the doorway, blanket clutched around her shoulders. "Can I, just for a minute, can I sit with you?" "Yeah, of course." She walked over slowly and sat beside me, knees drawn to her chest. "Do you believe in second chances?" she asked. I glanced at her. "I'm still waiting for my first." She smiled, faint but real. "Then maybe we'll find them together. Do you want something to eat?" I asked, holding out the plate of toast. Arya shook her head, eyes fixed on the steam rising from her mug. I'm not hungry. You haven't eaten since yesterday. I'm fine. She wasn't, but I didn't push. I sat across from her, watching the way she cradled a mug like it was the only warmth she trusted. The silence between us was loud, but I let it sit. I figured if I gave her space, she'd open up. You can stay as long as you need, I said. Arya nodded. Thanks. Maya popped her head around the corner. Is she staying forever? Maya, I warned. What? I was just asking. Arya smiled faintly. Maybe not forever. You can use my nail polish, Maya offered, holding up a glittery pink bottle. It's limited edition. That's sweet, Arya said. Maybe later. Maya grinned and disappeared, leaving us alone again. Your sister's cute, Arya said. She likes you. She doesn't even know me. She wants to. Arya finally looked at me. Her eyes were dark, unreadable. And you? I do too. She didn't answer, just stared for a second too long, and then looked away. Days passed, then weeks. Slowly, she changed. Not all at once. Little things. The way she laughed, at first forced, then real. The way she curled up on the couch next to me, like she belonged there. You ever had secrets so deep you forgot who you were without them? She asked one night. I turned to her. Yeah, I think everyone does. No, not like that. She shifted closer. I mean secrets that dig claws into you, make you bleed every time you try to let them go. Sound like you're bleeding a lot. She smiled without humor. Maybe I am. I wanted to ask. God, I wanted to ask. But I didn't. She'd tell me when she was ready. You trust me? She asked. Yeah, I said without hesitation. You shouldn't. I blinked. Why? Because I'm not who you think I am. That's okay. I'm not either. She laughed at that, soft, surprised, then leaned her head on my shoulder. Don't fall for me, she whispered. Too late. Her breath caught. I felt it. Say that again. I'm in love with you. She didn't move, didn't speak, but she didn't pull away either. That was enough. We spent afternoons on the porch, watching clouds, saying nothing. Even silence felt intimate with her. You ever wonder if this is real? She asked. This? You and me? I stopped wondering a while ago. She reached for my hand. Her fingers trembled. I don't want to break you. You won't. I break everything. You haven't broken me yet. She looked at me then, really looked. Maybe that's why I'm scared. Mrs. Reynolds cornered me by the mailbox a few days later. She's a quiet one, she said, peering over her glasses. She's just shy. She watches things. Doesn't talk much, but she sees. That kind don't miss anything. I forced a smile. She's been through a lot. Well, just keep an eye open, she said. Some people hide things too well. I went back inside, heart racing. Arya sat on the couch, flipping through a book. What did the nosy neighbor say? She asked without looking up. That you're quiet. She's not wrong. Also that you watch everything. Arya closed the book. Is that a problem? No. Then why do you look like it is? I don't. You do. Maybe I'm just trying to figure you out. She leaned forward. And what have you figured out? That you're scared. That's not a revelation. No, but it's true. She stood. Do you think I'm dangerous? No. Liar. Maybe a little. Arya grinned. Good. You should be scared. Are you trying to push me away? Would it work? No. Then maybe I'm trying to see how far you'll follow. Maya tugged on my sleeve later that night. She cries when she thinks no one's listening. Arya, yeah, I heard her in the bathroom. My heart sank. Don't tell her you heard, okay? Maya nodded solemnly. I like her, even if she's sad. I like her too. Do you love her? I hesitated. Yeah, I think I do. Later, I found Arya in the kitchen, staring out the window. You okay? I asked, do you believe people can be cursed? Not really. I think I am. You're not. You don't know what I've done. You're here. That's enough. She turned to me slowly. You don't ask questions. I figure you'll tell me when you're ready. What if I never am? Then I'll wait. She stepped closer, voice trembling. Even if I hurt you, I'm already in too deep. She kissed me then, quick, trembling, like a secret slipping out. Then she pulled back, eyes full of something I couldn't name. Don't say I didn't warn you, she whispered. I won't. But something inside me knew. She meant it. I'm telling you, something's off about her. You don't even know her, Liam. I don't need to. I know lies when I see them. You're just jealous. Jealous. He laughed, sharp and bitter. You think I care who you date? You never liked her. From day one. Because from day one, she's been pretending. I turned away. I didn't want to hear it. Not from him. Not now. Not ever. Fine. Believe whatever you want, I said. But don't talk about Arya like that again. You'll regret it, he muttered. I slammed the door before he could say more. Later that night, I couldn't sleep. His words crawled into my head like splinters I couldn't pull out. I got up, walked circles in my room, stared at the ceiling. Arya wouldn't lie to me. Would she? I stared at the drawer in her nightstand, the one she always kept locked. I shouldn't, but my fingers moved before my thoughts caught up. I pulled the drawer open. She'd forgotten to lock it. Inside, a burner phone. Cheap plastic, not hers. My heart jumped. I unlocked it. One message flashed at the top. Zane, he trusts me. I scrolled. Zane, soon. Zane, don't worry. He'll give us everything. And then, Arya, you're paranoid. He suspects nothing. Zane, he'd better not. I'm not waiting forever. Arya, you won't have to. My hand trembled. Zane! I whispered, like saying aloud would make it make sense. I sat down, cold, numb. This wasn't real. This wasn't her. I read the messages again. And again, he'll give us everything. Everything? What was I giving? What was I? The front door opened. I shoved the phone back into the drawer and closed it just as Arya walked in. Hey, she said, smiling. You're still up? Yeah. I forced a nod. Just couldn't sleep. She walked over, kissed my cheek. Everything okay? Yeah, fine. You sure? Her eyes narrowed, just a little. I smiled. Just stuff. You know how my brain gets. She laughed. Overthinking again? Something like that. She leaned into me, her hand resting on my chest. I like that about you. Do you? I asked too quickly. She pulled back slightly. Why wouldn't I? No reason. A beat passed. She glanced at the drawer. I froze. Did you? She began, tilting her head. Were you going through my stuff? What? No. You sure? Why would I do that? I don't know. You tell me. Her voice was light, but I caught the edge beneath it. I said I didn't. Another beat. She smiled. Okay, I believe you. I exhaled. She turned away to change. I sat on the bed, thoughts colliding in my skull. I had to say something. I had to, but the words wouldn't come. Not yet. Not now. The next morning, I met Liam behind the gym. I was wrong, I said. He stared. Come again? I found something. He waited. She's been texting someone. Zane. His eyes widened. You saw the messages? I nodded. What did they say? I swallowed. He trusts me. Don't worry. Stuff like that. She said I'd give them everything. Everything? He repeated. I don't even know what that means. He exhaled hard. So what now? I don't know. You gonna confront her? I want to. Then why haven't you? Because I'm scared, I said. Silence. Scared of what? He asked. That it's all true. That I'm just some idiot being used. Better to know the truth than live a lie. I looked away. That's easy for you to say. No, it's not. I blinked. What do you mean? He hesitated. You're not the only one she played. My stomach turned. What? She tried it with me, too. Before you. You're lying. He shook his head. She wanted something from my dad. Never got it. Then suddenly she's with you. She never told me. Of course she didn't. My fist clenched. Why didn't you say something sooner? I did. You didn't want to hear it. I still don't. I snapped, but I can't ignore it anymore. He nodded. So? What are you going to do? I don't know. You going to tell her you found the phone? No, not yet. Why? Because I need to know what she's really after. And then I'll burn it all down. I move like a shadow, quiet, careful, invisible. My breath fogged in the cold night air. But I didn't care. I just had to know. She slipped out of her house like she'd done it 100 times before. Hoodie up, phone in hand, not even a glance back. I stayed low, half a block behind, heart pounding like it already knew what I didn't want to believe. She turned into the park. I followed. Zane, she whispered, and my stomach dropped. He stepped out from behind the old oak tree like he'd been waiting. They hugged, then kissed. I couldn't breathe. I told you he wouldn't suspect a thing, she said, laughing. That laugh, God, I used to love it. Worked like a charm, Zane said, his arm around her waist. Poor idiot, she smirked. He really thought I loved him. She was crying last night. I said aloud before I realized it. My voice came out cracked, broken. Aria's head snapped up. What the... I stepped into the light. So this is it? She didn't flinch, didn't look guilty, just bored. Oh, she said, blinking slowly. You followed me. Zane took a step forward, but I didn't move. I couldn't. You said you loved me. I said, my voice barely above a whisper. And you believed it? Aria laughed. God, you're more pathetic than I thought. Why? I asked. Because you were easy, she said. Sweet, dumb, and always there. A backup plan. My mouth went dry. Zane didn't wait. His fist hit my jaw like a hammer. I staggered, tasted blood. Stay down, he growled. But I stood. You used me? No, Aria said. I tolerated you. Something inside me cracked. I gave you everything, I said. Time, trust. You gave me boredom, she snapped. You were a safety net until Zane got out of juvie. That's all. Don't do this. I begged. Not like this. It's already done, she said. Zane punched me again. I hit the ground hard. The world spun. I felt warm blood on my lip, my cheek, my neck. Let's go, Aria said. He's not worth it. They walked off like I was a piece of trash on the curb. No glance back. No remorse. I lay there, broken, silent, cold. Footsteps. A flashlight beam. Hey, a voice barked. You okay, kid? I didn't answer. The man crouched. What the hell happened to you? I blinked up. Badge. Detective Harlow. Looks like you got into it with a freight train, he muttered. People. I croaked. Not a train. He helped me sit up. You know their names? Zane, I said. And Aria. He froze. Zane Mercer? I nodded. You're lucky you're alive. Didn't feel lucky. I've been tracking that punk for months, he said. You just handed me something real. I laughed bitterly. Glad I could help. You need a hospital, Harlow said. No. He frowned. You're bleeding. Bad. I'll live. He sighed. You gonna press charges? No, I said. Let him think he won. Harlow stared at me. You're serious? I nodded. I want them to think they broke me. Why? Because they didn't, I said, and they'll never see it coming. Harlow gave a small, grim smile. All right, but you watch your back. I will. He left me there after calling someone to pick me up. I sat in silence until the skies started to lighten. That night, something in me died, and something darker took its place. You hit her, Principal Grant said, folding his hands like he was preparing to bury me. I didn't. She says you did. She's lying. She says she's scared of you. I'm scared of her. She's manipulating everyone. Can't you see that? She has bruises. I don't know how she got them, but I didn't. Enough. His voice sliced through my denial like a verdict. You're suspended. Indefinitely. My chest tightened. You're just taking her word? We've spoken to several students. They corroborated her story. Corroborated? You mean they're afraid of her too? She's the one who's afraid. She's a professional victim. Get out of my office, now. I walked out in silence. Jaw clenched so hard, I thought I'd crack a tooth. The halls buzzed like I'd already died. Whispers followed me. Eyes burned into my back. Then Maya. She stepped in front of me, voice trembling. Why would you do that to her? I didn't. She's terrified of you. She made you believe that. She was crying. She's always crying when it benefits her. You used to be kind. I still am. She took a step back like I'd grow claws. No, you're not. My throat burned. Maya, don't walk away. But she already had. By the time I made outside, Liam was waiting at the gates. She told everyone you slapped her, he said. I didn't touch her. I know. You believe me? I've seen Arya lie before. I grabbed his arm. Then help me. Say something. I did. No one listened. My voice cracked. She's ruining my life. I know, but she's convincing. They look at me like I'm a monster. She played the part perfectly. Tear-streaked, shaking, whispering your name like it haunted her. She planned this. He nodded. Probably. Why would she do this to me? Because you saw through her. Silence stretched between us. I can't fix this, I whispered. Maybe not now, but you're not alone. You're the only one left. Not true, a quiet voice said behind me. I turned. Emily, the girl who sat 2 rows behind me in chemistry, barely spoke, eyes always buried in books. What? I asked. I believe you, she said. My heart stuttered. Why? I saw her last week. She was laughing after crying to the counselor. Told someone it was too easy. Why didn't you say anything? No one listens to me, but maybe they'll listen to us. You'd stand up for me? She needs to be stopped. You don't even know me. I don't need to. I saw the truth. Liam looked at her, then me. We need proof. Emily nodded. I think I can help with that. How? She uses the same bathroom every day between 3rd and 4th period. She talks on the phone, loudly, and she doesn't know I'm ever in there. I've heard things. She brags about fooling people. Could you record her? She hesitated. That's illegal. So is ruining someone's life. She looked between us. Let me think about it. Please, I said. I'm drowning. She nodded once, slowly. Okay, I'll try. Liam clapped my back. We're not done yet. For the first time all day, I felt a sliver of air in my lungs. Like maybe, just maybe I could breathe again. Hey, Emily said softly. You haven't moved in 10 minutes. I held the USB between my fingers like it might explode. I don't know what to do with it. What is it? I didn't answer. I just stared. My hand was shaking. Talk to me, please, she urged. It's everything, I whispered. Arya's entire scheme. Fraud. Fake documents. Recordings. Plans. All of it. Emily blinked. You're serious? She left her bag behind. In the rush. I found this buried in the lining. And you opened it? Yeah, I nodded slowly. I opened it, and I can't unsee it. She sat down beside me, voice low. This could ruin her. I know. You wanted revenge, didn't you? Yeah, I said, barely audible. I wanted her to feel what I felt, to hurt like I did. Emily exhaled. And now, I don't know who I am anymore. She was quiet, watching me. What did she do to you? I mean, really? You never talk about it. I was in love with her, I said bitterly, stupidly, blindly. I would have given her everything. And she used me, lied to me, played me like a pawn in some sick game. I get that, Emily said, voice distant. Jason did the same. Promised forever, then cheated with my best friend, and laughed when I confronted him. My gaze snapped to her. He laughed. Yeah, said I should have known better. Like I deserved it. That's messed up. Yeah, she said. So I know how betrayal eats at you. How it makes you want to burn the world. My grip on the USB tightened. This could do that. Burn everything she's built. But you're hesitating. Because I keep remembering the girl I used to know. The one who cried in the rain. The one I once saved. She's not that girl anymore. I know, I said, but I'm still the boy who saved her. Are you? Emily tilted her head. Or are you the guy holding the match now? Silence fell between us. Heavy. Tense. I thought if I had proof, it'd make things easier, I muttered. But now I have it and I feel sick. Because you're human, Emily said gently. You're not like her. That's the thing, I said, voice breaking. Maybe I am. Maybe I became her to beat her. No, she said firmly. You became someone strong enough to face her. That's different. I looked at her. Really looked at her. You believe that? I do, she said. Because I've watched you. You're not passive anymore. You ask questions. You don't just take the pain. You do something about it. But what do I do with this? I held up the drive. Expose her? Send it to the press? Her family? The police? What do you want to do? I want her to feel the fear I felt. The helplessness. The betrayal. Then do it. Emily said, but then I'm no better. She made her choices, Emily replied. Now you get to make yours. I laughed bitterly. She always said I was too soft, that I didn't have the guts to go through with anything. And she was wrong, Emily said. You found the truth. You have power now. It's yours to use or not. I stared at the mirror across the room. My reflection stared back, cold, unrecognizable. She wouldn't even see this coming. I murmured. She's too arrogant, which makes it perfect. Emily, I paused. Why are you helping me? She looked away. Because no one helped me. And I know what it's like to be alone in this kind of war. That means more than you know. You don't have to be like her, she said. But you also don't have to protect her. I'm not trying to protect her. I snapped, then sighed. I just don't know if this version of me is someone I can live with. Then decide who you want to be. But don't pretend you can go back. You've already changed. I looked at the drive again. My hand steadied. What if she comes after me? I asked, what if this starts a fire I can't control? Then I'll stand with you, Emily said. We'll handle the flames together. My chest tightened. Okay, I whispered. Okay, so what now? I send it, anonymously, to the right people. She nodded, and after that, I don't know. I said honestly. But for the first time, I think I'm ready to find out. She smiled. That's all that matters. I turned back to the mirror. I still didn't recognize the person staring back. But maybe that wasn't a bad thing. You gave it to him? Maya whispered, eyes wide. I nodded. The folder's still warm from my grip. Every screenshot. Every voice message. Even the video. And what did Harlow say? He didn't say anything. He just looked at me. Then he said, "Thank you." Maya leaned back in her chair. That's it. Yeah. But the way he looked at it, I think he knew it was real. All of it. She was silent for a moment. Then, Aria's going to lose her mind. She already is. I took out my phone and opened my text. Look. Maya leaned in, reading over my shoulder. Who's this? Liam. He apologized. What? Her brows shot up. When? This morning. Said he finally saw the truth. That he should have asked me instead of assuming the worst. That's huge. I shrugged. I didn't even feel anything. Not relief. Not anger. Just nothing. That's fair. After everything. My phone buzzed. A new message from an unknown number. You think this changes anything? Watch your back. I showed Maya. Guess who? Aria. Aria. She's unraveling. she said. No more fake tears. No more perfect speeches. People are seeing through her. I smiled, but it didn't reach my eyes. Not fast enough. What about Zane? Gone. Skipped town last night. Harlow said he's not returning his calls. I'm guessing he knew what was coming. Coward. I almost wish he stayed, so he'd have to see it all burn with her. Maya looked at me, hesitant. You okay? I didn't answer right away. I should be. I wanted this. I got what I wanted, didn't I? She nodded slowly. Then why does it feel like I'm still drowning? There was a silence. Not heavy, just still. You've been carrying this for so long, she said gently. Now that it's out, maybe it's not about them anymore. Then what is it about? You. Healing. I scoffed. I don't even know what that looks like. Maybe start small. Write it out. You used to love that. I looked away. I started journaling again. Maya lit up. Seriously? Yeah. Just thoughts. Feelings. Stuff I can't say out loud. I'm proud of you. I shook my head. Don't be. It's dark in there. Maybe that's exactly where you need light. The bell rang outside the cafe window. Students shuffled past, but for once, I didn't feel like I was being stared at, whispered about. They stopped believing her. I said, almost in awe. It's like the spell broke. Truth has a way of doing that. But she's still out there, still free. For now. Maya met my gaze, but not forever. I stared at my coffee, untouched. You ever win something and still feel like you lost? All the time. She smiled faintly, but that's how you know it mattered. I leaned back, fingers tapping the table. Do you think people ever really change? Some do. Others just get better at hiding. I nodded. Liam said he wanted to fix things. And do you believe him? I don't know, but he asked if we could talk. Said he missed our friendship. You gonna let him? I did. You met up just before this. He looked ashamed. Said he hated how easily he believed her. Maya folded her arms. Did he apologize to your face? Yeah, and I could tell it hurt him to say it. What did you say? That forgiveness isn't free. But maybe I'm willing to give him the chance to earn it. She gave me a soft smile. You're stronger than you think. Am I? You're still standing. Barely, I thought, but I didn't say it. Later that night, I sat on my bed, journal open on my lap, pen in hand. April 9th. They finally saw her for what she is. But it didn't feel like justice, just exposure. Like the mask cracked, but underneath was still something human. And I hate that I wanted her to be a monster, because that would have made everything easier. I paused and wrote again. Liam apologized. I didn't cry, didn't scream, just listen. Maybe that's progress. Or maybe I'm just tired. The door creaked open. My mom peeked in. Light soon. Yeah, just finishing something. She nodded and left. I stared at the page. Winning doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes it just means surviving another day. I closed the journal. And for the first time in a long time, I breathed. I didn't do anything. Arya hissed, clutching the edge of the principal's desk like it could save her. Principal Reeves raised an eyebrow, then explained this. He slid the phone across the desk. The screen lit up texts, screenshots, voice notes. All with her name. All in her voice. That's fake, she said quieter now. My arms were crossed, my back against the wall. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to. Blackmail. Reeves said flatly, Again, you were warned. It's not what it looks like. Her voice cracked. Reeves stood. It looks exactly like what it is. She turned to me, eyes wild. Tell them I wouldn't do this. Tell them. I tilted my head. Why? So you can try to ruin someone else again. Her mouth opened, closed. The silence after that felt heavier than anything she'd ever screamed. I should have known you'd turn on me, she muttered. I didn't turn on you, I said. You handed me the knife. A pause. Then she laughed, short, bitter. You think you've won. No, I said. I think you finally lost. They expelled her that afternoon. Whispers followed her out like shadows. By the lockers, in the stairwell, by the cafeteria, everywhere she once ruled. She tried it again. With who this time? Someone said she threatened the coach's daughter. Did you hear she forged emails? It didn't stop. For once, none of it was about me. My name was no longer poison. Hers was. In the hallway the next morning, she stood by her locker, empty-handed. No crowd. Just her. Her shoulders looked smaller. Her hoodie swallowed her. And when she turned, "You're still here," she said. I blinked. "I go to school." "Yeah." Her eyes didn't roll like they used to. No sharp comebacks. Just something broken. You told them everything. I didn't have to. She leaned back against the metal, arms limp at her sides. "I thought you cared." "I did." "Liar. You only say that now because I stopped covering for you. You destroyed me." "No," I said quietly. "You did that yourself." She swallowed. Her lips trembled like she wanted to argue. But there was nothing left to say. For the first time, she looked like a person, not a performance. Her makeup was smudged. Her hands shook when she tucked her hair behind her ear. "You were the only one who ever cared," she whispered. I looked at her. Really looked. "That's not love, Arya. That was control." A pause. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. "Maybe, but I needed it." "You needed help. You just never wanted it." She didn't answer. I started to walk away, but she called out, "Wait." I stopped. Her eyes were wide, pleading. "Do you ever think about when we were friends?" "I used to," I said. "And now I think about how I never really knew you." Her voice caught. "I don't know who I am without all of it. That's not my problem anymore." I turned again. "I'm sorry," she called after me. I didn't respond. The thing is, I wasn't angry anymore. Just empty. She was already gone, even before they kicked her out. That girl I once laughed with, she'd never existed. She was a mask Arya wore, and now it was gone. I passed a group of freshmen, whispering in a circle. She really tried to blackmail someone again? I heard she broke down in the office. She looked so different, like she hadn't slept in days. I kept walking. Later that day, Mia caught up to me near the gym. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "Just tired." "She's gone," Mia said. "Like, really gone." I nodded. "I know. Do you think she'll come back?" "No," I said. "She's not that person anymore." Is that good or bad? I didn't answer right away. Maybe it's just what had to happen. Mia studied my face. She never loved anyone, did she? Not even herself. She nodded slowly. Then maybe this was mercy. Maybe it was. Or maybe it was just consequences. I didn't feel triumphant. I didn't feel guilt. I just felt free. I wrote something. I said, folding the paper once and again. Emily leaned against a swing set. A poem. A letter. To who? I stared at the folded sheet, like it might answer for me. Maya. Emily went quiet. Just the sound of rusty chains sway in the wind. I didn't send it. I said, why not? Because it wasn't for her. Not really. I tucked the letter into my jacket pocket. It was for me. She sat on the swing, pushed herself gently. Closure? Something like that. I sat down beside her. I just needed to say it out loud, even if she never hears it. What did you write? That I forgave her. Emily blinked. You did. I nodded slowly, not because she deserves it, but because I needed to stop carrying her choices like they were mine. Damn. She twisted the swing rope in her hands. That's heavy. I'm tired of being angry, Em. You have every right to be. Yeah, but I'm done letting it shape me. She looked over at me. So what now? I pulled the letter back out, unfolded it. The handwriting was shaky, like my hand hadn't known if it wanted to finish. I'm going to leave it here, right on that bench. She might find it. She might not. Emily watched me for a moment. You're not the same kid who begged her stay. No, I'm really not. There was silence, a quiet sort of peace. I missed this, she said finally. What? You. Before everything went to hell. I miss me too, I said, but maybe I'm getting him back. She stood up, walked to the bench, then turned. You sure you want to leave it? I'm sure. She waited while I placed the letter gently on the bench, weighed it down with a smooth stone. Emily crossed her arms. You think Maya is still checking this place? I don't know. I looked around. This used to be our spot. Used to be, she echoed. I sat again, feeling something shift in my chest. I don't hate her anymore. I wish I could say the same, Emily muttered. I know. She broke you. I let her. Emily exhaled hard. You don't have to defend her. I'm not. I'm just done bleeding. She stepped closer. And what about me? Us. I looked up at her. You never left, even when I deserved it. You never deserved what she did. I deserved the silence after. I didn't let anyone in. Emily's expression softened. You're letting me in now. Yeah. She sat beside me again. No takebacks. No takebacks. We just sat there, watching the breeze mess with the trees, the letter flapping once beneath the stone. Feels like an ending, she said. It is, but also a beginning. Emily smiled faintly. You always were dramatic. I laughed. Comes with the trauma. We both laughed, this soft, tired sound like a release valve on a too-tight chest. I'm glad you told me, she said. I'm glad you listened. I always will. I looked at the bench again. She'll never say sorry. She doesn't need to. I know. I already gave myself what I needed. Emily bumped her shoulder into mine. You ready to go? Yeah. We stood. I didn't look back at the letter. Didn't need to. As we walked away, Emily slipped her hand in mine, not romantic, just grounding. I like this version of you, she said. I think I do too. The glass shattered before I opened my eyes. What the hell? I bolted upright, heart pounding. I stared at the broken window, wind slicing through the cold morning. Then I saw the words. You ruined everything. Spray painted across my bedroom wall in jagged black letters. No, 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 no. I stumbled out of bed, stepping over shards of glass. My hands trembled as I picked up the can still rolling on the floor. Arya, I whispered. It's you, isn't it? I didn't call the cops. What would I even say? Hi, I think the girl who betrayed me, faked her death, and ran off with my worst nightmare, just broke into my apartment to leave me a message? Yeah, that'd go well. By the time I made it to the kitchen, I was shaking, not from fear, not anymore, from rage. Months, I muttered, pacing. Months of silence. She vanished. Zane disappeared. And now they're back. I grabbed my phone. Blocked number. Of course. Voicemail. I saw your wall. Cute. You always did love drama. I stared at the phone like it had bitten me. Arya. My voice cracked. Where the hell are you? Beep. Another voicemail. You ruined everything, remember? Don't act surprised. You think I wouldn't come back for you. My fingers clenched around the phone. You left me to die, Arya. You chose him. Another voicemail. Her voice was low, soft, too calm. Zane's gone. You should be, too. Gone. I whispered. No, you're lying. I raced back to the window, scanned the street. No car, no shadow, just the wind whistling through the glass. You're watching, aren't you? I shouted. You always did like making an entrance. I didn't sleep that night. I cleaned the glass, painted over the wall, sat by the door with a bat in my lap. When morning came, I walked into the station. The officer glanced up. Problem? I want to report a break-in. Name? I hesitated. It doesn't matter. You won't find her. He raised an eyebrow. You know who did it? Yeah, she used to be my best friend. I didn't stay long. They asked questions I didn't answer. That night, another message came. This time, a note slid under my door. You should have stayed gone. I laughed. It came out bitter. I survived you once. Do you really think I'm scared now? I grabbed my phone again, hit record. Arya, I don't know what happened to you. Maybe Zane broke you. Maybe you were always like this. But I'm done running. You want to finish this? Fine. Come find me. But I'm not saving you this time. My hands shook, but I wasn't afraid. I remembered the warehouse, the fire, her scream as I dragged her out, and how she looked at me like I was the villain. You said I ruined everything. I murmured, "No, Arya, you did." A knock on the door. I froze. One knock, then silence. I crept forward, holding my breath, peered through the peephole. No one. I opened the door. Empty hallway. But on the floor, another note. Tick-tock. I stared at it. You're really going all in, huh? The next morning, I changed my locks. Bought cameras. Set alarms. I wasn't going to live scared. I don't need to hide. I told the reflection in my bathroom mirror. Not from her. Not anymore. Another voicemail. You're stronger now. I see that. But I'm not here for apologies. I played it again. Then again. You're not coming back to say sorry. You're coming to finish what we started. I deleted the message. Let's finish it then. It wasn't over. I knew that now. Maybe it never would be. But I wasn't the same girl who begged Arya to choose me over Zane. I wasn't the one who cried when they left me to burn. I was the one who got out. And this time, if Arya wanted a war, she'd get one. But she'd face me, not the girl she betrayed. I didn't need her to come back. And if she did, I wouldn't be saving her.